Sports on Tap is brought to you by the Joe Wright Group with Dobie Real Estate, Jason Stiltner at Flagstar Bank, Baldman Entertainment, Land & Sea Motorsports.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
We are tonight's entertainment.
We're here to fuck shit up.
Sports the way it should be. Nothing sugar-coated, with loaded with all the information you wanted. From legends to prospects, nothing's off limits. Chris and Joe be taking on all topics with no stopping. They keep it rolling and going and ball hopping at a rate that's hard stopping. With news that's jaw dropping, they're getting it in. Sports Center competition, man, they in it to win. This ain't a fluke, from Carolina to Duke, from MSU to Michigan. You'll know if you listening, if you ain't, you missing it. All the excitement, they shock like a thundercloud and ride with lightning. Get it together, you know ain't nobody better. Bring heat than cold weather. You better put on a sweater, you better just let it go and all come and attack. Sit back, relax, let's tell them it's on tap.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
I said the Lions won a game. Man, we going all the way. All the way, baby. We about to celebrate. Why? Because the Lions won a game, bitch.
Welcome to Sports on Tap. I'm Chris Scott, alongside Frank Giagata and Joe Waddell. And as Joe just played for you, yes, the Lions did win another game. And bitch. And ironically enough, like right before the show started, if you've seen the Kyler Murray commercial where he's just chucking the ball all around the locker room with the VR headset on, it's pretty much how he looked against the Lions on Sunday. But
almost exactly how he looked.
It was very similar, yes. That being said, I will say this, and I will give credit to where credit is due. The Lions,
make it quick, because him and I got to figure some shit out here.
Credit, and as much as like myself, and I despise this franchise, but I will give credit where it's due. The Lions actually did play. They played well. It wasn't Arizona playing down to their competition. The Lions actually played well, and if you want to give credit to anybody for that, props to Aaron Glenn, man. He had that defense ready to play, and they played. They balled out, and they took Arizona completely
out of their
mind. They played outstanding football, and they took Arizona completely out of their game. So
Dan Campbell,
man, yeah,
he's the man.
Motor City Dan Campbell,
MCDC, bro. I said this in a text last night, and Frank did not believe me, but I have completely turned around, and I was wrong. I was completely wrong about Dan Campbell.
This is not really fucking happening right now.
He is the coach to turn around that franchise, and he's basically a cross between Don Shula and Jesus.
See, he says something, and I'm like, maybe I'll buy it, and then Jesus, and I'm like, no, I just can't buy it.
I mean, he's completely changed the culture in that organization. And they may not have many wins right now, but the Super Bowl is on the horizon from Soupy, Mr. Soupy, as I'm going to call him. And they will go to the Super Bowl in the next 2 years. They will make the playoffs next year. They have their franchise quarterback. For everybody who wanted Goff gone, he is the franchise quarterback. He just proved in that game that he can get the job done. They don't have to draft a quarterback now. Dan Campbell is the man to lead the Lions to the Super Bowl. Soup spelled S-O-U-P. Super Bowl.
Okay. Don't buy a fucking word of that.
No, not a single word.
And Craig Reynolds is a better running back than Jamal Williams and DeAndre Swift. Prove me wrong.
Well, I mean, if we're going from the eye test, it's a hard one to argue right now.
I know exactly where he's fucking coming from on this. 100%.
That's the thing.
Is,
I'm trying to decide between if he legitimately did lose a bet where he couldn't shit talk the team.
Oh, this is ultimate troll job right here.
Right.
I fucking love it.
Or this is just a collection of what everybody has said to him, and they broke him. They literally broke him.
Listen. Finally, now you're seeing. Everyone laughed at him being part of the season, with the whole kneecap thing and all that. But he was taken out of context there, okay? And the guy is finally proving that he is a legit head coach in this league, and he is literally a cross between Don Shula and Jesus. Okay, this man will completely turn around the Lions franchise, and it's happening before your eyes. They have now won 2 out of 3, as you corrected me. I said last 2.
Actually, Andrew corrected you on that one.
Okay, the last 2 out of 3.
We were sitting there conversing,
Yeah.
trying to figure out how much of this was serious and how much of it was indeed bullshit.
They've won the last 2 out of 3, and they completely shellacked the Cardinals, who were a 10-win team and competing for basically the Super Bowl because everyone had them as one of the Super Bowl contenders this year. Mm-hmm. Okay?
That is true.
And they made them look like they belonged back in college. They made them look like they belonged in the CFL. So the Lions, with second and third stringers, he has that team playing. This man is the deal. He's the real deal. He's the man. He's going to take that franchise all the way.
I said the Lions won a game. Man, we going all the way. All the way, baby. We about to celebrate. Why? Because the Lions won a game, bitch.
I think that's all that needs to be said right there.
Did I break you two?
Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. You know,
I still just want to know where it came from.
my thoughts have not changed one bit
Well,
on,
not-
on Captain Kneecaps.
Who said what and who hurt you?
Nope. My thoughts have not changed at all.
Get 2 more wins and we can have a conversation.
Even 2 more wins still doesn't change.
I'm just saying, I required 4 wins before week 7.
Who do they play this next week?
Atlanta.
Well, there's one. Who do they play next week? Yeah. Let me see. I got them winning out.
It's whoever they play between Atlanta and Green Bay.
Thanks, Tips.
No. On a serious note.
Atlanta. Why do you guys think I'm not serious?
Because you're not fucking serious. On a serious note.
Oh, they play the Seahawks after that. So
it
Atlanta,
up, W.
Atlanta, Seattle,
Hey, even though you are fucking around,
Atlanta, Seattle, and Green Bay.
that's 2.
Well, Green Bay won't have anything to play for in the final week, so they're going to win out. I'm telling you, they're going to win
well,
out.
and they're going to have to sit Rodgers because his toe sometimes is and sometimes isn't fucked up. So that's a reason to sit him.
Yeah, I mean, just ask Rex Ryan. He's a professional. on toes.
Yeah, I've heard about that. But in all seriousness, we did say before the season started, we liked their
He's cracking.
Yeah. we did like their assistant coach head hires, especially Aaron Glenn. We did actually like that. That was legitimate.
Yeah.
He did a fantastic, sarcasm aside, he called I'm not going to say a perfect game, but he called a great game.
Yeah, he did. And that was one of the hires that they made that we were actually, that's actually a really good move.
My brother's not buying it either.
I didn't buy it last night, not buying it today. And that's fine.
What? A man is not allowed to change his mind?
Nobody's saying that.
No, not at all.
It's the odds of you changing your mind on them that we're trying to figure out. And by trying to figure out, we already figured it out. Like, I was pretty sure of it coming into today, but the fact you couldn't keep a straight face totally gave it away.
I just think it's funny how you guys are doubting me completely. I can't say anything right now without you guys doubting me. So it's all right.
I told you that when you walked in.
MCDC.
Because you are one of the most stubborn motherfucking people I know. And your hatred of this organization runs deeper than my hatred of this organization. And one fucking game is not going to change your fucking hatred of this organization.
But
you
wait a
sat
second.
behind this table for 2 years, going on 2 years now, begging me to give up on them. And in one decent win, you're going to change your mind.
I'm not becoming a fan. I'm just saying MCDC's the guy. Now, hold on. So
I mean, regardless of if he is or isn't, he's won 2 games. At this point, he's going to get next year.
Well, he was going to get next year.
And I agree with that either way.
Even
but at this point, there's zero chance.
They gave him a 6-year deal. They're not going to buy the rest of that shit out after 1 year.
If he went over, I thought they might.
No, God no. The Lions don't do that. You know that. Come on now. This is an organization that gave Matt Millen a fucking extension.
So he was gonna get it. He was gonna get next year no matter what because he's on a 6-year deal, and even if he went 0-17, he was getting next year. So let me ask you this: you don't believe me?
No.
Why don't you believe me? Is it because what I'm saying is just
because I know
unbelievable?
you, Chris knows you?
Do the things that I'm saying sound absurd?
Yep.
Coming from your mouth, yeah.
Okay, it's because they are fucking absurd,
Right.
And this is all that people have been saying all over social media since they won that fucking game. Literally, this is all they've been saying. They changed their mind on Jared Goff. He's now the franchise quarterback. They don't need to draft one. They've changed their mind on the fact that they were turning their backs on MCDC clown, and the fact that he has now beat a 10-win team. All of a sudden, everything that was there is now gone, and they're well on their way. They're gonna be a Super Bowl contender next year. They're gonna be a playoff contender next year. All this shit sounds fucking insane because it is.
Yes.
All right, sorry, my troll job is over.
I appreciate you because that shit was getting old.
Throughout the entire text message last night, I literally in the back of my mind, I'm like, this is an ultimate troll job because he's seeing exactly what I was seeing on Lions Twitter. How everybody was just
and see that's
doing a complete 180.
I don't pay any attention to that stuff.
Oh my god!
So when he was saying this stuff, I'm like, I know he's not serious.
Oh yeah.
But just how much of this, like, is he possibly serious about?
Not even.
Now, do you want me to be serious? I will be serious. And
I am genuinely curious to know what you thought of that game. Yes.
Yeah, I will be serious. I'm with Chris on this one. I give the coaching staff behind him a ton of credit because that defense played out of their fucking minds, and the fact that they were missing so many starters that they played their asses off in that game.
Right.
And I will give the franchise and the coaching staff that credit. I absolutely will. They won a game they should not have won.
They had no business doing it.
With that being said, didn't they beat the Patriots when we went to go see them? And the Patriots won a Super Bowl that year, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, this is something the Lions have done before. They've played outstanding games against teams they shouldn't have won against before. So let's pump the fucking brakes here, folks.
In all honesty, they quite often play really good games against teams they have no business playing good against.
They almost beat the Chiefs. Remember that?
Yeah.
Well, they almost beat them.
I'm sitting here going, wait, which game? Oh yeah, it's that Chiefs game.
And this
the one that we've heard about for 3 years, 4 years now.
This is a team that lost 2 games to the fucking Bears this season. And if you watched that game last night, that Bears team is atrocious.
I was going to say I would like the credit for the 1 win. I said they would have 1 win against a team they had no business beating.
I believe he did say
Credit.
that.
You want to shit on me for the 2
Credit.
Chicago games? That's fine. I'll own that. But I did say they'd win 1.
Well, you got shit on twice, and you got to win once. So, I mean, you still got 1 shit on you. So.
Go ahead and read it because I was saving it for you to read it anyways.
Yeah, so Andrew says, as I told Frank, DC is a bad in-game coach. 100% agree.
Yep.
Been saying that since the first game, where it was very evident from day one he was a bad in-game coach, which is the reason why Jim Caldwell's not here anymore. He was a great in-between Monday and Saturday coach.
Which is the name that is now popping up for Jacksonville.
Hey.
Oh, we'll talk about that fucking debacle.
But when it comes down to Dan Campbell, he's bad in-game. By all accounts, he's great throughout the week. The players love him.
Yep.
Right? By all accounts, that's great.
It's what it seems like.
But being a bad in-game coach will negate a lot of that.
Yeah.
And it has. You've seen it throughout the season. And I agree with Andrew. He goes on to say he needs vast improvement in that, but cannot deny how hard these less talented players play for him. Completely agree with that. He has gotten these players to play above their level. That will only continue so long. Then the talent on the field will actually rise to the top. And he says Aaron Glenn called an amazing defensive game.
He absolutely did.
100% agree with that. Chris, you said that already. Absolutely agree.
And now, especially with to your point about him being a terrible in-game head coach, at some point, players on this team are going to realize that he's a terrible in-game head coach and not putting him in a position to succeed on the field.
Right.
And their love of him will start to turn.
And their love of him will start to turn. And especially that combined with the rah-rah bullshit, which that has a very short shelf life. It really does.
Extremely.
Unless you are winning games. If you are winning games, it goes further than it does, obviously, when you're not.
That shit has a shelf life like milk.
Yeah, it does.
It's a very short window. Like, you got to drink them glasses of milk real fucking quick when you buy that gallon. Because if not, you're drinking cottage cheese.
It was the whole crying thing. The whole crying during the press conference thing, I thought would be an effective tactic for the next day at practice. But after that, it's just it's too much media circus and not enough actual production.
I'll give him credit. At least he hasn't kicked his kicker.
And that brings us into Uncle Herb.
and I quote, "I will kick whoever the fuck I want. I'm the head coach."
Yeah.
I'm the head ball coach.
Oh, okay.
which is the most Southern college football coach thing to say. I am the head football coach.
I mean, he did coach at Florida, like Spurrier. Spurrier always said that about himself. I'm the head ball coach.
Andrew just texted us, tells us 3-0.
Yeah,
It just
That's so
what
good,
are you,
yeah.
Nostradamus?
no, the stream.
It's stream.
It's
know,
stream.
I'm
It's
being-
behind a little bit.
Trying to be funny.
Oh,
But
Yeah, it doesn't work.
that was a good one.
but yeah, so we
It didn't work.
we get into Uncle Herb and this, and obviously all three of us before the season started, we I think we took bets on which week he would be gone by.
I
You did,
almost went through our podcast just to find out exactly what we said,
There's a lot to go through.
and then I realized, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
it'd be-
have.
You don't have the time.
I don't
No.
have 70 hours to go through all of them.
It's a lot. Yeah, so I think we were all kind of in the general vicinity of what week he ended up getting fired, because we knew it was going to happen from when they hired him.
Yeah.
We knew this shit. We knew he wasn't going to last a year.
He lasted, and
I'll
I
be
don't
hon-
remember what I said, but he
Yeah.
definitely lasted a lot longer than I thought he would.
He didn't last as long as I thought. So I believe. Again, I'd have to go back and listen to it. I don't remember exactly.
Right.
I believe I had him getting fired directly after the season ended. Mm-hmm. So
I know I said he wouldn't make it through this.
you did. You said he wouldn't make it to the season, and so did you.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure that's what I said, but I don't remember.
And I'm like I said, I believe I agree with you on the fact he wouldn't make it past a first season. I think I had him getting fired after the season ended, though. So in that respect, I was wrong.
When Josh Lambo came out and talked about the whole kicking incident,
Yeah.
that's where I went, okay,
So-
it's happening. And I actually think I texted you guys that he may have gotten that speech the night before they actually
Now you know how much I hate kickers, but I mean, like that's a bit extreme.
You don't got to walk around and
Yeah,
kick him.
that's a bit extreme. Like if you want to walk up to him and say you suck, fine. You don't need to kick him.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you just don't do it.
No, man.
man.
That's what a grown ass man. What's
I
wrong
was
with
gonna
you?
say I give
You don't even do
Lambo
that-
more credit for not getting up and busting him in his
Right,
fucking
yeah.
mouth.
Exactly.
I'd take my helmet and fucking go Miles Garrett on Mason Rudolph with that
Right.
edge, you know?
Right?
Imagine that story.
Like
That'd be great.
Kicker beats the shit out of head coach.
Like
Warranted.
well, so there was a question posed to me by Eric at work, right? And he says, well, not really a question, but he says he'll never get another job in coaching.
In college, you will.
And that's what I said.
Yep.
And I said he'll take a year off. He'll probably get a gig on TV somewhere.
Yep.
And after that year, he'll be one of the most sought after, highly, regarded coaches.
If Notre Dame's not in a great position next year, I guarantee you his name's
Yeah.
mentioned.
There's not
for
a
that
chance
job.
in hell he gets an NFL job.
So then he said, "Well, what if more?
chance.
What if more information comes out about
there will
him
be.
kicking or hitting or
There's-
doing something to
there's
college
gotta
kids?"
be. There's got to be
I mean,
more
you would
information.
think so if he literally kicked an NFL fucking kicker.
and I don't want to give out the bad information. I know the general football fan has seen this before, but look at what he had going on in Florida when he was there with the Pounceys and Hernandez and
Hanging with Hernandez.
it's just not he's not somebody who's known for
No.
grooming men.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you really like in the NFL, like you're not top dog, man.
Right.
You're not. In college, you can control this. You can control the entire narrative. You could shut everybody up, and nobody knows what the fuck's going on. And I guarantee you, there's going to be more shit that comes out from people
there
that
has
have
to be.
played for him. And if you actually, I think there's a site for like recruits. They can like kind of like rate their visit by that. I looked at a little bit of it today. Holy shit, man! This is not great.
Better or worse, him or Brian Kelly?
Andrew
Andrew said, "Look
I
what
know-
he did to Tebow."
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, he tried.
He
tried
got
to-
him through college as a virgin.
He got him through college as a virgin. He gave him a job as a position he never played before in the NFL, and then almost immediately cut him because he wasn't good at playing that position. So, yeah.
Well, don't worry. Uncle Herb's daughter came out firing on Twitter saying like what a good person he is, and
Yeah, of course he's good to you.
yeah,
You're his
yeah.
daughter.
And then talked about war. I guess I'm like, okay,
Like-
cool, man.
yeah, she said. I think she said, "This is war."
Yeah, I'm like, okay. Like, who the fuck are you? Nobody cares.
What?
Oh yeah.
I mean, if I'm going to war with any franchise,
Yeah.
Jaguars are probably going to be one of the top ones I pick.
Oh, he's such a great person, and this that. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, well, serial killers were good to their families.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not comparing him to a serial killer, but I'm just saying, in retrospect,
I was going to say, go back and look at how great Ted Bundy was to all of his fucking step families.
I mean, like, come on. Like, of course you're going to come out and say he was good to you and he's a good person. You're his fucking daughter.
Yep. As soon as I saw that, I just started laughing. Like,
Listen,
oh yeah, I'm definitely going to take your word for this.
There's nobody more defensive than a 17-year-old with a fucking Twitter, though.
Right. It's like, okay.
Listen, to my daughter, I'm the end all be all. Like, I'm the most amazing person in the world. But if you ask a lot of other people, I'm a fucking asshole. So, I mean, again, range is pretty wide.
Yeah. Yeah. I would concur with that.
Which part? Joe being an asshole? Joe being the end all be all?
Oh, the former on that.
Oh,
one, 100%. But yeah, it's just that was just a bad scene from the beginning, like as we all thought it would be, and I think most people with a brainstem thought it was going to be as well. But I don't know if there's any other way that was going to end. Like honestly,
No.
like just him, like especially when you had the scandal with him and the chick in Ohio, whatever. And
It's funny because that's not even like on a top 5 right now of dumb
Right?
shit that he did.
Right?
And for me, the worst part of that whole scenario, and I think I said it at the time, the worst part of that whole scenario wasn't that he was out there with some chick that wasn't his wife and she was kind of grinding on him and they were at a bar. Like, he didn't take her on a date. It happened at a bar. It's fine, whatever. The worst thing is he didn't fly back with the team in order to do that.
Right.
Like, to me, that's the biggest thing in that whole scenario is no coach in the history of the NFL, I don't think, has ever not flown back with their team after a game. No matter what they do afterwards, they always fly back with the fucking team. You just abandoned your team.
And it's the Jaguars, so it's a safe bet that it was probably a loss, too.
It was a loss.
It was.
I think it was after London.
They lost to Cincinnati. No, they lost.
No, because they were in Ohio.
It was after the Thursday night game. It was Cincinnati.
Yeah.
They played actually one of their better games of the year that night, and they lost by like 3 points to Cincinnati. But he stuck around and didn't fly back with the team, which to me that's the most detrimental part of that whole conversation is you're the head ball coach. You're the head ball coach. Then in that case, you get on the fucking flight and you make sure your whole team makes it back to where they're supposed to go. Then you go wherever the fuck you want to after that. But you don't not get on the flight.
Right. It's just,
I guess if you're kicking your kicker during practice, it's probably best that you don't get on the team flight.
Yeah, well, that just goes to show he didn't care about his team at all. Like, if you don't get on that flight and make sure your whole team makes it back safely and make sure that they make it back and everything's fine, like that just goes to show you're out kicking your fucking kicker. You're probably smacking around your punter and like what are you doing, man? You don't give a shit about your team at all. You just want to be the head ball coach and walk around pounding your chest.
yeah.
And then why don't you go back there and smack around Miles Jack or somebody?
Right?
Why are you picking on the
Right.
kicker?
That's going to end a little bit differently.
Exactly.
While we're on all this kicking conversation, though, I did hear an interesting stat during the Lions game, fourth quarter. The Lions have apparently paid more money to kickers than Matt Prater has made the entire year.
Is that right?
Yep.
Just trying to find his
Just
replacement.
trying to find his replacement. They
God,
have
that
now
is-
paid more money to kickers than they would have paid to keep.
That is so Lion-esque.
arguably the best kicker in football.
That's
That's so Lion-esque.
that's a good move, man.
That's SOL to a T.
I heard that and I was like, that's going to make some people happy on Tuesday.
That's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how that pays off.
Jesus. And there's like at least like 2 more games they probably would have won if they had Prater as their kicker.
I want to say there's been
They would-
5 games that have been decided within 3 points for them this year.
They would have won that Pittsburgh game.
Yeah.
They probably would have beat Jacksonville or but Baltimore.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ! It's so Lion-esque. I love it, man.
No, they still wouldn't beat Baltimore because that ended on the game.
No, I know that.
So Baltimore still would have lost that game.
Yeah, but didn't they miss? I don't remember what the situation was, so I don't want to
But there is
try to make one up. But
there is a couple games that they would have won if they'd
Yeah.
had a better field goal kicker. And speaking of which, I wish my Browns would get a better fucking kicker after all these years. Jesus, if they win that game, if their kicker makes that fucking field goal to end the first half. Jesus.
You believe this guy though with that game? Frank's got bragging rights.
You do.
I don't have shit.
Your team
My
won.
team barely beat a third-string
So
team.
Your team won.
I'm glad you said it. I wasn't going to say it. I was going to let you take the win, but
Like, don't get me wrong. They need the win, so I will take it. But
yeah.
I mean,
they barely beat a third-string team.
but your quarterback sucks, so you did what you're supposed to do. I mean, Derek Carr is barely a second-string quarterback.
Some days. Some days he's a first.
And in that game, he might have not been better than a third-string quarterback.
You're just making my point for me, Frank.
Well, in that game, he almost wasn't better than a third-string quarterback.
That was a really bad football game.
Oh, my God.
It was.
I
It
didn't
wasn't
even
the only
watch
reason.
it, to be honest.
I watched it off and on. I was actually cooking dinner in between, and I was actually doing some Christmas stuff around the house. So I was watching it and not watching it at the same time. It was on, and I would see a little bit of it here and there. But what I did see of it, so I missed almost the entire first half. I had my daughter during that time, and then after she got picked up, I started cooking, doing some more Christmas stuff. So I was in and out, but I'm kind of glad I didn't sit down to watch the whole thing because I would have just been angry at how bad of a football game it was by everybody involved.
The thing that amazes me, and I had a small discussion with Andrew yesterday about this, it's the Josh Jacobs thing still. They still don't know how the fuck to use this guy.
It's so irritating.
This guy, and I'm going to sound like a homer here, but he's got the potential to be one of the better running backs in this league.
Yep, he does.
And nobody knows how to use him. I don't get this.
I said it when he first got drafted. I'm like, he is a fucking steal for your Raiders.
And it
he
drives me
he's
nuts.
He's an every down back that doesn't get used that way. It's irritating.
He can catch. He can literally do everything.
Yep.
And they just use him as
And it's not like he's a bad
first and second down back. They don't even use him
Right.
as a third down back.
Well, it's not like he's bad at pass blocking either. So it's not like he
Right.
can't be in there on third down when you're looking to pass the ball. He can still be in the fucking game. He's a decent pass blocker. He picks up coverage. He picks up blitzes.
He can take a hit. Guy got into a fucking one-car accident and walked away from it perfectly fine.
Well, and my irritation for my team involved in that fucking game for a minute, if you will oblige, is the fucking coaching staff again. Now, I know they were missing their head coach, but when it comes down to it, when Nick Chubb has 7 carries at halftime and you're losing, what were they losing by, 10 to 3 at that point or something?
I believe so.
Reminds me of his Bills a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
It's irritating. Then in the second half, they come out and they're running him, and he's breaking off big runs because they stuck to the run. He ended up having a good game. If you'd have been doing that all along, you probably would have won that game. And then at the end of the game, when they're trying to run out the clock, and you ran him 7 times in the first half. Then when you get that interception and you're trying to run out the clock and keep the ball from the other team, you run him 3 times in a row when the whole fucking opposing team and everybody in the crowd and everybody watching at home knows you're going to run the ball.
Yep.
Bro, you have a mobile quarterback back there. He's a third string. Nobody's going to expect him to fake the handoff and do a bootleg around the other side to try and get the 2 yards.
You need a one first down.
One first down and you win that game.
Yep.
1, because they were out of timeouts. And you run the ball 3 straight times. You ran it 7 times in the first fucking half with him. You run it 3 straight times when everybody knows you're going to run it. Dude, be better at coaching. What the fuck?
Yep.
Rant.
No, I'm with you because that's exactly what I was saying when the Bills-Patriots game. I'm like, dude, you have a 250-pound quarterback that can actually run. Do it. Like, I get you don't want to, like, run your quarterback for the possibility of him getting hurt. But given the conditions in that game, and you have no running game, that is your running game, do it.
You had 0 rush yards in the first half. Of that
Exactly.
game.
Just, you got to do it.
And don't get me wrong, New England's defense is good. But correct me if I'm wrong, because I know Joe will know this. Average running defense. Not great. Just average.
Right.
I'd be running all the time.
Well, in a
And
game.
that's literally what Detroit did this past weekend. They saw a flaw in Arizona's team and exposed the shit out of it.
Well, in a game, if you're talking about the Buffalo-New England game, that's a game where the weather dictated you run.
Oh,
the football.
100%.
So-
New England threw the ball 3 times.
Right.
New England threw the ball 3 times. Once in the first half.
In
Once.
the entire game. Yeah, 3 times the entire game.
3 times the entire game. completed 2 passes, but basically only ran it once in the first half, and we're leading that football game.
Really hoping that wasn't about to get called.
It did.
Are you shitting me?
It did.
He got fucking ran into.
Sorry, we're talking about the Seattle-LA game that's on right now. But, what? They just called pass interference on that?
That's what I said. Like, he ran into him.
I was actually thinking about this the other day. Just how many plays, especially like deeper pass plays, end with pass interference. It's or some sort of penalty, holding,
How
pass
is
interference.
that pass
whatever.
interference? No hold, no nothing. Gets off of him.
He turned around and almost initiated the contact with him. That's insane. Anyway,
Sorry about that, guys.
yeah, we digress. But
No, it's something we've talked about before. It's just the overall abomination that is officiating in general.
There's 2 things that bother me in the officiating in the NFL right now, and it's the abundance of pass interference.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Now there's also ones that don't get called that fucking should.
Yep.
And so the to me it's the wide range of calls that either get made or don't. Like it's such a ticky-tack questionable call.
Yep.
And I wish they would find a way to be more consistent with it. It's the inconsistency in it that bothers me. Is there's pass interferences like that are just insanely, like there's no fucking way you should call that. Then there's other ones where you look at it, for instance, the one with New Orleans in the playoffs, where you look at it and you go, were you adjusting your glasses when that happened?
Right.
Did your contact fall out when that play happened? Because I don't understand how you didn't call pass interference.
Right.
And the other one is,
I don't understand how Stafford missed that pass to Cooper Kupp, who was standing 10 feet from him.
well, he used to play for the Lions. Jared Goff's a better quarterback. Don't you know that?
I've been told this.
I mean, I have been told it as well.
So the other one is roughing the passers.
Oh, good Lord.
Like there's so many roughing the passers that get called now, and I'm like, is this two-hand touch football, man? I understand protecting the players, but they're taking it to a whole new fucking level.
Yep.
It is absurd.
You hit him too hard. What do you mean I hit him too hard?
You landed on top of him.
Yep.
Your body weight landed on top of him. Yeah, I was tackling him.
It's called physics, man.
Yeah, I was tackling him. It's called a tackle.
Yeah.
It's where I think hockey got things right when they call things a hockey play.
Yeah.
It's the same with football. There's certain things in football that are just going to happen.
Like, did you see the one yesterday that was like an illegal tackle? And the Bears, I believe it was Bears Vikings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was awful.
I was like, what? Wait, what?
Because he went down low, but he went down low on the lineman.
Yeah.
But he was actually going down low to tackle the guy behind the lineman.
Yeah.
So because he went low on the lineman, it was called an illegal block on the defense because he dove at the knees.
Yeah.
But he made the tackle.
Yeah.
He was diving to make the tackle. It's calls like that really bug the shit out of me.
I thought horse collaring was the only illegal tackle.
Well, so it wasn't an illegal tackle. They called it illegal blocking on the defense.
Okay.
He dove. So you're not allowed to dive inside the tackle box. You're not allowed to dive down below the knees of the linemen because they've had so many linemen that they get kind of chop blocked and that you can't do that, which that's understandable. But in this case, in this scenario, the lineman was going to block the player, and the player dove low to make the tackle of the running back behind him, which he did make the tackle, but they called it illegal block because he dove low at the knees of the tackle of the offensive tackle on the other team. So it was a weird fucking call and a weird play that I looked at and I went, that's fucking wrong.
There's just so many. There's so many every week too, and you know, and obviously we've talked at length about teams getting screwed by bad penalty calls, and it happens. It's happened to every one of our teams.
Every single team.
I was going to say at this point this year, I'm sure every team's gotten screwed.
Dude, the Bills against fucking Tampa Bay, they got jobbed a few times in that game, but again, that's not why they lost. I'm not saying that's why they lost. I'm not going full Lions fan and be like, oh, the refs screwed them.
But I also love what the Mafia did after that.
I did. That was great. Donating to the fucking blinds. That's awesome.
If there is one group of fans that I want to be a part of,
oh hell yeah,
it's them. And it's not even that I like the team. I just want to be part of Bills Mafia, just to be with them. I don't care about the team.
So we had Eric here comment. He said not only that, but they ran outside the tackle box and came back into the other side, which is correct. So the running back ran outside the tackle box, and the whole play kind of shifted and moved, and then it came back through the tackle box to the other side. And then actually, if you looked at where the tackle box was, they had already ran back out of the other side of the tackle box. So the whole call was just insane to me.
So at no point were they actually in the tackle
From
box.
my point of view, no, they weren't.
Wow. Okay.
Chris, do you agree with that?
I do agree 100% with this. Like I said, I saw that last night. I'm just like, wait, what? How is this a penalty?
I turned that game on for 30 seconds, saw Chicago's helmets, and was like, no, not doing this.
It was a very bad football game. It really was.
Well, it's the Bears.
Your boy Justin Fields did
That was an accident, but yeah.
It's the Bears who beat the Lions twice. Interception.
There you go, Matt.
Oh, he's going to run back all the way. Another pick six?
Oh, that's,
Nope.
that's
Oh.
former Lion on Lion crime.
That's the other Diggs, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one that the Lions traded away because he
Yeah.
wasn't good enough.
Is that Cadre?
It is. Quandre, whatever.
Quandre?
Quandre, yeah.
It's a
But
Quandre.
that's the
what
one
his name is?
Matt Patricia didn't think it was good enough, so they traded him.
No, he was undermining Matt Patricia's authority.
Oh,
Nice throw.
No, I'm just. They didn't announce that. I'm just saying what actually happened because they got rid of every player that was undermining Matt Patricia's authority.
Darius Slay, see ya.
Do you have any authority if nobody will listen to you?
In your own mind, you do.
Okay.
He was the head ball coach.
I've heard that a time or two today.
You know,
About different people, but
He just didn't go around kicking his kickers.
thank God. That was
You know
the only
who?
decent guy they
You
had.
want to know who also doesn't kick kickers?
Yeah, Jason Stiltner from Flagstar Bank. If you're looking to buy a home, refinance, or even consolidate debt, give my guy Jason Stiltner at Flagstar Bank a call today at 248-752-3631. Rates are currently incredibly low, and find out how you could get up to $750 towards costs or $10,000 in down payment assistance. So once again, give my guy Jason Stiltner from Flagstar Bank a call today at 248-752-3631. Flagstar Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 27546.
Yep. That's we're getting good at that, Chris.
Yeah, I think so.
Your kicker will be safe around Jason Stiltner.
He will. 100%.
And Flagstar Bank.
Yes.
Nobody at Flagstar Bank kicks kickers.
Not that I know of. They got that going for them.
I got nothing.
Now, we're getting pretty good at that, Chris. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Pretty solid. I agree with that.
Yeah, you threw it over to Chris, and Chris sounded real ready for it.
I was ready for it. I knew exactly what
He was. I think he was actually preparing to jump in a couple times before that.
Okay.
I was there. I
sensed it.
had a lead in right there, and you started talking, and it kind of screwed it up.
I sensed it, so I was like, all right, let me throw it over to him. But yeah, there's a lot of issues with the NFL right now, and even with me saying that, I can't get enough of it. I love watching NFL football. I just do.
I know you do, and I'm to the point now where like if I miss it, I'm just like, okay.
Shit happens.
Yeah, like it's not appointment television for me anymore.
It's not for me either.
And
There's too much of it going on right now
That is
for
the
me.
biggest reason is because of the officiating,
It's still appointment
fair.
television for me.
and that's
But
fair.
I still have 4 of my fantasy teams going. So
well, that's another reason.
that's
you know.
another reason.
I mean, I still do pay
I
attention
mean, I
more.
have 2. They're not playing against anybody anymore, but I still have them going.
Like
You know what I mean?
I do pay attention.
I mean,
to
in
it.
that case, I have all 5 of mine still going. Sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
I'm done.
Joe's more concerned about arguing fantasy rosters with me right now.
No, it's for me. It is. I agree with the officiating part of it. For me, it's still appointment television. I can't help it. I'm a glutton for punishment. An absolute glutton for punishment.
Okay. I think somebody missed a route on that or something like that. Maybe it's a broken route or something. I think Cup was supposed to cut inside.
Well,
from outside.
where he threw it, there was literally nobody.
I think Cup was supposed to cut
Yeah,
inside.
there was.
Yeah.
Quandre
So-
Diggs was right there.
Yeah, it looked like maybe it was an option route, and he expected cup to make the other option
Yeah.
instead of running to the
Oh,
pylon.
you know, Lion fan is going crazy over that. C sucks. Golf is so much better.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Like,
Check out Twitter right now.
like if you actually look at Matt Stafford's stats this season, he's like up toward the top. Like actual passing stats.
Is he?
Yeah, he is.
He usually is in yards.
Oh, he's at all the stats. He's up toward the top. But yeah,
Even in pick sixes.
even in pick sixes,
I had to get that shot
that's
in.
his thing, man.
You know who's not in the top near pick sixes?
Who's that?
Who's that?
Jared Goff. Mainly just because he can't throw the ball past 10 yards.
You can slingshot it there maybe a little bit.
I don't even know if he can do that.
Watching him play quarterback, it's just I can't handle it. Like it's like watching Ben Roethlisberger play quarterback now. It's like I can't do it anymore.
Or like Philip Rivers
Oh,
at the end of his career.
Yeah, Drew Brees, same thing. It's like I can't do it anymore.
Like, yeah.
What is it?
Drew Brees'
Slingshotting it.
shot put throw.
Yeah. Shot. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Shot put.
Speaking of Drew Brees or the Saints or whatever, damn, that was against Tampa Bay.
That was an embarrassment.
Woo!
It just proves even the sun shines on a dog's ass some days.
For whatever reason, that Saints team, they have either Tampa Bay's number or Tom Brady's number. It's crazy how well they play against that team.
I really feel like that team is a quarterback away from being much better than they are.
The Saints?
Yeah.
Yeah. They are.
They have a quarterback they're paying $11 million to.
Who is obviously, as you saw, not
Who
very
is
good.
Who is probably more technically a running back or a tight end.
Yes.
Oh, you're talking Taysom?
Oh yeah. Like that, but that was
I'm not talking about famous Jameis.
eating W's, baby. Wait, what?
I still like. You guys think that I hate Justin Fields? I hate Jameis Winston way more than I could ever hate Justin.
Oh,
Fields.
I know that. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, and the fact that I still sit here and go, no, he's the best option that the Saints have.
He is though.
It's
sad to
embarrassing
say, but he
in
is.
itself.
I mean, Trevor Siemian sucks. Taysom Hill sucks. Obviously, Jameis Winston isn't the greatest quarterback in the world, but he's significantly better than the other two options.
Yeah, he's better than the running back / tight end.
He's the only quarterback on that roster that deserves to be on an NFL roster as a quarterback.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree with that, but I agree with you 100% that if they actually had a legitimate quarterback, they might be doing all right. You know, they'd probably be winning that division right now, or like up near the top of it.
Yeah, they probably would be.
I really want to see this movie.
What do we got?
Oh, the Kurt Warner movie?
Yeah.
I'm sure you will. You watch every movie, so I'm sure you'll see
I
it.
do. I've already seen Spider-Man, Frank.
Yes,
Okay,
definitely
good.
saw that.
Yeah, really fucking good.
No interest whatsoever.
Well, you're not. I mean, yeah, you're not into that. You're not into the Marvel
I am not.
type movies.
Yeah.
No.
It was really good though.
That's what I've been told.
If you even sort of enjoy any of the Spider-Man movies, it's one that I would recommend seeing. But
That's what I hear.
It was-
all people that I know that have seen it, they
Yeah.
agreed with us.
It was on the level. We won't go too far into this, but it was on the
Yeah,
level
I don't
of.
wanna-
It was on the level
this
of.
is
Well,
too big to
this is
spoil anything
Fra-
on.
Frank's Entertainment Minute.
I heard there was a cameo in it though. That's pretty legit.
There's a few of them.
Is it true? Is
There's
this-
a bunch of
There's
cameos.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
Nice.
Yeah, quite a few cameos. Some were spoiled before the movie, and some were pretty fucking awesome to experience live just watching the
And
movie.
some were way more than cameos.
Yes. So it was very good. We won't spoil anything, but
Do it. Spoil it.
for me it was
Everyone dies.
everyone
They all die.
for me it was on the level of I enjoyed that Spider-Man movie almost as much as I did Endgame.
More.
And well, you're a Spider-Man fan,
Yep.
so you're a huge Spider-Man fan. For me, it was on that level though. Like it was on that level.
You know, with us calling off on Tuesday last week, I actually Monday, Tuesday watched all the Spider-Man movies,
Yeah,
and then went and saw it on Friday.
I went and saw it on Friday too. It was well worth it.
Yep.
If you get a chance, if you're a fan of those movies and you get a chance to go see it, we're not gonna spoil it for you, but go see it. It's fucking awesome.
It's almost why I'm not saying anything about it. I'm just, yep, great movie.
I'm actually gonna end up going to see it again pretty soon.
I considered actually texting you to see if you wanted to go earlier, but I know you work beforehand, so.
Yeah, I did.
Nice. Actually, the only movie that's like coming out that
I'm off next week.
kind of want to see is the
So
Matrix
am I.
that's coming out, like the new one.
And that's coming right to HBO, isn't it?
No, I think they're doing it in the theaters too.
Are they doing
Oh,
it in theaters too?
both, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it is both.
Yeah.
Yep.
It can't be worse than the third one. It can't be. That third one was horrendous.
You're gonna find this funny because you said I literally see every movie. I have never seen the Matrix movies.
The first one you dig. The first one's sweet.
Yeah.
The second one is The third one is like Godfather 3 bad.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's bad.
Ooh.
Speaking of Godfather 3 bad, have you watched the updated version of Godfather 3?
There's an updated version of it.
There's it's called the Coda edition.
I've not.
They
told me.
recut the entire thing.
No shit.
Yeah.
Does it make it any better?
I don't know. I haven't watched it.
I say because they need to do a lot of cutting.
Why
to
I
make-
was asking you.
I say they need to do a lot of cutting to make that even worth my time.
I've
So
only
they-
watched Godfather 1, but I've heard to never waste my time with 3.
No, 3 is horrendous. The second one, to me, the second one is probably better than the first
I've
one.
heard that as well.
I would agree with that, but the third one is so bad.
It's awful.
To me, they would have to reshoot the entire movie
Yeah.
for it to actually be worth anything. Like recutting it wouldn't do it,
Okay.
in my opinion.
Yeah, the third one's horrendous.
Yeah, I don't know
It's like
what they had originally, what it is now, but
It's like Beverly Hills Cop 3. It's like the first two were great. The
They
third
were
one,
great.
fucking awful.
What was the third one?
Where he's at Wonder World.
Yeah, Wally World. No,
Wonderworld.
Wonderworld.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wally World.
Wally.
You're
that's-
thinking of National
Yeah.
Lampoon's.
Yeah. See, I didn't mind that one. I didn't think it was awful. Now, obviously, it's not as good as the first two.
No.
That's obvious. But I still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I still liked it. But I'm one of those weird fucking people that I will actually enjoy. I will enjoy movies that other people don't. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
And Frank will hate movies that other people like.
That
No, I
happens.
just won't
that
watch
happens.
them.
Or he just won't watch 'em.
He just will refuse to watch
Yeah,
them.
right.
I'm in the middle of an argument with both Andrew and BG right now. They're trying to get me to watch South Park, and I'm just not interested.
I'm with you on that. I no.
I
It
used
literally
to
does
watch.
nothing-
I
does
used to
nothing
watch
for me.
it.
Does nothing for me.
It's one of those things where I feel like it's been on for 20 years. I haven't watched it yet. I have no interest in watching it.
Yeah.
Did-
Like,
You haven't watched, Chris? Have you ever watched it or no?
Yeah, I've watched some episodes of it. Yeah,
like
Okay.
yeah,
It
don't get
just-
me wrong.
it's-
I've
yeah.
seen an episode here, an episode there. I watched their new pandemic special on Paramount. That was
For me, it's like Family Guy. So I'll always love Family Guy, but I don't watch it anymore. Like I just don't watch it anymore. It just got to the point where I was like, I'm
Once-
kind of done watching it.
Once that Bird is the Word episode came out, I was done. I've not watched an episode since that.
I'm not gonna
like,
lie.
nope, that killed it for me.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I have put that on my computer at work and just turned it up really loud, just to be a dick.
It legitimately
I love-
annoyed me that much, and I'm just like, nope, I'm done.
I used to
love-
drive around with Baby Shark playing. I had a little speaker that would sit right here and clip onto my vest, and I'd just play Baby Shark driving through the plant.
Good lord.
That's just not cool, man.
Oh no, it's funny when you're the only guy around
yeah.
without a kid.
It's funny to me, because me playing fucking The Bird is the Word from
Yeah.
Family Guy is really funny to me. I just
that's fair.
enjoy doing stupid shit like that. So that would be something
It's
I would
harmless fun.
do. And when you're at work, you gotta have harmless fun. You gotta
You do,
You gotta try
yeah.
to pass the time with something. Speaking,
100%.
Just like I was telling you guys earlier, the scam phone calls I
Yeah,
take,
yeah.
and I put it on speaker, and everyone comes in and just sits there while we take the scam phone call. I fucking love that.
And you sound like Ted Lasso.
It
It's
helps
fucking
me
great.
get through my day.
But sometimes you need that shit to help
Yeah.
you get through your day.
Yeah, I answered it one day. They were going to pay off my student loans, and I told them, "Well, that's fantastic. I got a master's in cattle gynecology, and I've got a minor in underwater basket weaving. Those are two sought after fields. Not too many people in those fields, right? I'm one of the only ones."
Jesus. That's funny.
I have so many questions about the cattle gynecology thing.
It was one of the weirdest. It was one of the weirdest professions that popped into my head. I don't know why.
You have to put those long plastic gloves on. And stick
Yeah.
your- okay.
Yeah,
It's pretty solid, though. To come up with that, it's pretty good.
It's got to pay well too.
I would think so.
These people got to be wondering why you haven't paid your student
Right,
loans
right.
off. This is why I love this week, because this week is always just like there's sports going on, but it's Christmas week.
What? We always deviate. That's what we do.
There's
Yeah,
not a lot of sports
but-
going on. Fucking the NHL shut down. And
NBA
they're not,
shut
and
down.
they're not going to the Olympics.
Did the NBA shut down?
Well, they've been canceling games.
Oh, okay. See,
And
They're not completely shut down like the
I don't
NHL, but
pay attention to
the players
NBA.
aren't going to the Olympics.
Yeah, I saw that was
which
official
fucking
today.
sucks.
I did see an interesting idea though. What would you guys feel about the NHL, and now I know what you're going to say with it.
Do you?
But the NHL doing
Do you now?
a tournament at the end of the season that is like their version of the Olympics.
They do. It's called the World Cup.
That's exactly what I thought you would say.
I second that.
But rather than doing the Olympics, they thought somebody had presented the idea of
But they're
doing
going to
that
do
every
that.
year.
They were going to do that regardless if they went to the
Okay.
Olympics or not.
See, I haven't followed what they're doing as far as the
Yeah,
World
they were
Cup
going to do
goes.
that regardless.
Is AHL going Olympics?
It's probably going to be like 4 years ago. It's going to be a lot of like minor league players and like newly
So
retired
Captain
players.
Brian Giunta
yeah,
and
stuff like that.
Brian Malone
Which
and those guys.
it's kind of funny. You're so worried about your NHL players going and like maybe getting COVID or being stuck over there for 5 weeks or whatever it is. Oh yeah,
Are we about to have Paul Bissonnette on the Olympic team?
that would be awesome. But you're going to send a team over there. So like these guys, you're actually going to send over there. You just don't give a shit about them. Is that's cool?
Yeah, that's
great.
You're
Why I
expendable.
asked about
Yeah,
the
exactly.
AHL guys, though.
Like somebody, I saw something on I think it was Instagram or Twitter today. Like one of the guys that could technically make that Olympic team, or one of the Olympic teams. I think it was for Canada. He's like, so wait, I'm expendable. I can you're just gonna send me over there? Great. I just, but,
Wait, fuck me?
yeah, no, fuck you.
Fuck you.
But I mean, once you heard like what the protocol was going to be if one of these guys like caught COVID, and they literally would have to stay over there for like 5 weeks.
But
like,
didn't
come
they have to
on.
go 2 weeks early? And
Yeah,
quarantine
it's like, dude. Once you started hearing that come out, it's just like
Yeah.
there's no fucking way they're going.
It was 2, maybe 3 weeks ago when I heard Robin Lehner had pulled out.
Yeah.
And at that point, I went, it's done.
Yeah,
That's the big name player that they were waiting for to drop.
yeah. It's
And
just,
as soon as that happened, they have an excuse to cancel.
there's too much for them to go. Like
No, I'm still going to watch the shit out of it.
yeah, I'm gonna watch it obviously because it's Olympic hockey, so of
Right.
course I'm gonna watch it. But there was just way too many factors in them actually being able to do it. And now, but Gary Bettman loves this because now
He didn't want him to go in the first place.
But now it's gonna die down.
Yep.
and it's
And
honestly
it won't be his fault.
The
And it
heat's
won't
off
be-
of
it won't
him.
be- exactly. And honestly, I don't ever see them going again. I don't.
It's very possible that they don't.
They need
So-
to though.
I didn't think this year was going to be in the conversation. I really thought he was going to keep him out this year either way.
He couldn't. The players were so dead set. They were going to dig their heels in and say, "No, we're going."
So
I mean, I knew guys like Vetch and stuff were
yeah.
basically telling him, like, if you don't let us go, I'll leave and go and just never
But
come
even the
back to
Capitals
NHL.
owner said, "You want to go? Go." He
Well,
was fine with
told
it.
him
He's
that
like,
the
"Go."
last time,
Yeah.
too. He's like, we'll figure out how to play without you
Go.
for 2 weeks. Just make sure you come back at some point.
I got a question for you guys since we're talking about this, and if you don't want to answer, you don't have to answer it. But we briefly discussed it for a little while in text. Sports. We're not talking about real life now.
Right.
Talking about sports and how they've handled and how they are handling COVID protocols. Do you think they've been handling it properly?
No,
Not even remotely close.
Okay.
no. I actually agree with what Eiserman said the other day.
Well, we talked about that on Sunday, and
Bot fucking on.
yeah, and I'm glad he finally came out and said it. I'm glad there's people in positions of authority.
He did it the way you have to do it. And I hope so many other people in sports take his lead. The first thing he did was so smart, and he said, I don't have the answers. I don't know what the answers are. I just know that these aren't it.
The only thing I didn't like about what he said, and Chris, I told you this on
You
Sunday,
did. Yeah.
was I loved everything he said. Everything he said. I didn't like him prefacing it at the beginning by saying, now I'm about to get political.
Okay.
Because to me,
It's not.
nothing he said after that was political at all. It was questioning the protocols that are in place of testing healthy individuals who have been vaccinated for something they're not showing signs of and they don't feel ill.
And
And then making them miss games.
almost to defend him in the not going political thing, like in the big picture right now,
I know.
like even Trump had a interview or something that he was on stage not too long ago, and they asked him if he got boosted, and he said, yeah.
And his crowd booed him.
And the crowd booed the fuck out of him.
Right.
So this is no longer a political
It's
thing.
not. It's not.
Like you've got your political figureheads, and both of them are getting trashed for it.
Again, literally said that on Sunday.
Like we
You absolutely
can
said
take
this.
the politics shit out of this at
Yep.
this point. The politics don't matter.
Yep. I want to. Thank you, Frank. I literally said that on Sunday, and I'm glad you're echoing it right now. And I hope more people start to have this thought process on this, because
Start to actually question what the fuck we're doing here.
yes,
Like
yes.
you can have like games and shit go on, and that's all well and good, but so you're gonna hold out players that are healthy and vaccinated, but you're gonna still allow arenas that hold 20,000 people to be full.
Right.
How does that make any fucking sense?
It doesn't. And in leagues that are 95,
Because sports is just devaluing everything that has been told to us, whether it's been right or wrong.
well, and so you look at it. So all these sports are the NFL is what, 95% vaccinated.
Somewhere in there,
NBA's 97, and the NHL, there's only one player that's not vaccinated, and he plays for the Red Wings.
Is he the only one now?
He's the
I
only
believe
one.
he's the only one.
Okay. I
He's
was
the
going to say,
only
I knew
one.
there were like 5 or 6 of them at the beginning of the season,
At this
but I
point,
didn't know what happened.
At this point, he's the only one.
Good for him.
So at this point in time, and listen, more power to him, because he has
I'm not saying good for him
No.
for not doing it. I'm saying good for him for having his own opinion.
for making his choice. Right. I agree with you. When it comes down to it, though, they're 95, 97, and 99.999% vaccinated.
Right.
But yet they're shutting down games and postponing games for players testing positive for COVID when they don't show any signs of being sick. They feel healthy and well. They're there's nothing wrong with them, and yet we're testing them. They're vaccinated and they're testing positive for this virus, and we're making them miss games and possibly canceling games, which is why the NFL changed their policy a little bit. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
And I even look at them with the policy change and I go, okay, that's at least sort of a step in the right direction.
But it's not completely.
Right. That's why I said sort of a step in the right direction. But
At
like,
least
I don't know. I don't want to spiral too much on this, but at the same time, it's totally just,
it's been handled poorly.
yeah, everything that we've been told at this point about asymptomatic transfer and vaccinations and all that, sports have thrown out the fucking window. They don't really give a shit about it. They're just gonna do what they feel is necessary to protect the players, and
But they're not really
I think
protecting
they're
the players.
fucking it
though.
all up.
They're
but
not really protecting the players, though. They sell it as that.
right. I'm gonna say know that at this point, but nobody truly knows.
Right.
But we at this point have kind of figured out this isn't gonna help anybody, but they think it is.
Yeah, and to me, it looks like they wanted to put on the face in the show, right? They wanted to put on the show that we care. We're gonna get out in front of this. We're gonna pump the vaccine, and we're gonna push the vaccine, and all that, and, which is great. Okay, I understand what they were doing, but you went too far to one side of it as you're trying to put out there that you're all about player safety and all that stuff. But then all of a sudden, now that you're looking at having to postpone games, cancel games, you're now changing your protocols because, oh wait, they don't really make sense. They didn't make sense from the beginning, guys. They just didn't. And I'm very glad that Yzerman locally came out and said something. And there's been players in the NFL that have been coming out and saying something. And I'm glad people that can actually make a difference in these sports are finally starting to come around to the point where they need to rethink these fucking protocols, because it just doesn't make sense the way they're doing it.
And even the protocols that you had at the beginning of the season necessarily don't apply at this point. Like, this thing's been changing all the fucking time. There's no way you could make a set of plans 8 months ago
Well,
and expect me to believe at this point that we're playing the exact same game right now.
Well, and tell me if I'm wrong. So I said this to somebody else the other day. I said, if you have the same opinion today and the same thought process today that you had at the very beginning of this pandemic, because in my opinion, we're past the pandemic point of this now, right? In my opinion. Everybody doesn't hold that opinion. But like, I've changed my mind on this whole thing many, many times.
Right.
Like I've gone one way or another. My thoughts have changed. What I've learned has changed. Things change. If you still have the same opinion now that you had when this first started in that March, I don't think you're a logical thinking person. I don't think you think for yourself, because everyone through this whole process should have changed their thinking on one thing or another multiple times through all this. It's just the way it works, man. It's the way it's been working.
It's hard to disagree with that. Like I know I've changed my opinion several times.
Yeah. Because you're human.
Yep.
Things come out. You learn new things.
Yep.
You grown ass man with your own place. You can make your own. You can make your own decisions.
You are a 42-year-old man with your own fucking home. You can make your own decisions.
You change your mind if you want to.
So, yeah, we don't want to deviate too far on that, but I'm really glad that the powers that be, or at least some of them, are starting to realize that the protocols are just not right.
Dude, we've talked about this before. It's the unfortunate position people like ourselves are put into right now. That stuff has everything to do with the one topic that we want to talk about.
Which is why I prefaced it with saying we're talking
Right.
sports. We're not talking regular, everyday people, lives, and we're not getting political, which is
Right.
I hate even saying that with this, and I'm glad you made the point I did the other day with that.
Yeah.
But it does. We talk about sports, and that right now is a big story in
It's gonna apply.
sports.
And it sucks that it does. I hate that it does. I know you two hate that it does, but it just
I don't
does.
like talking about it.
Right.
It annoys me, but it's something that is something we kind of have to
Sometimes
talk
you
about.
gotta touch on it. Especially when we're sitting here going, well,
Homeboy should have caught that.
we can talk about movies and shit because guess what? The only sports that are going on right now are the ones that are on because they fucked up everything else.
That's, yeah.
And speaking of entertainment or movies or whatever, Ted Lasso. Chris, thank you for getting me onto that show because I binge watched 2 seasons of it in about a week.
Yeah.
And it was one of the best fucking shows I've ever seen in my life.
It's great, man. It's
Now you say 2 seasons of it. Are they?
That's only 2 seasons. That's all it is.
Are they like 6 episodes? Are they
No,
8
it's like
episodes?
12,
Are
like
they
12.
First one's 10, the other one's 12, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
10 and 12. I wish they were more.
Yeah, I do too.
That's how good it
hour.
was.
Like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's an hour-long show.
Some are 40, some are
commercial.
50.
Yeah, it just depends on,
Yeah.
like how the episode plays out.
Man, it's kind of like Disney Plus shows, right? Like some are 40 minutes, some are 50 minutes. Some
Basically, when they get
like,
put on normal television, they're going to be an hour show.
for the most part,
44 minutes.
for the most
45
part, yeah.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's one of the best shows I've ever watched,
It's,
and
yeah.
and Roy Kent
Guy's the man.
is one of the best characters
Great
on
man.
television that I've ever seen. He's on the level. I told you guys before the show. He's on the level of Ari Gold for me, and I love Ari Gold
Yeah, as do I. He was great. He was great in Entourage.
and Ted McAvoy
What's that?
or McAvoy.
Will
McAvoy.
Yeah,
I'm thinking Ted Lasso.
I'm like,
Will
What the
McAvoy.
fuck is that? Yeah, Will McAvoy was.
I had
awesome.
Ted Lasso on the brain. Well, Will McAvoy. Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's... Jeff Daniels is one of those people. I don't care what he plays. I could watch him.
I agree.
yeah.
Like, he's
He could
one
be
of...
shitting on a toilet. Doesn't matter. He could be doing the news. Great.
Yep.
I literally have that Dumb and Dumber picture hanging up in my bathroom.
Oh man.
He does it with gusto.
Yeah. You know who also does it with gusto?
Are we talking about the Joe Wright Group?
Why are you whispering?
God damn it! Yes.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, now is the time to take advantage of having the expertise of 3 real estate agents for the price of 1 on your side. Make the right move and give Craig Joe Wright, Mike Bush, and Shane Wilson of the Joe Wright Group a call today. Phone number for them is 248-535-4750.
They do it with gusto.
I will definitely speak to this because they are helping. They are currently helping.
I was
me
gonna
and-
say
and
this-
Lady Friend find a home.
Both these gentlemen, or not both of these gentlemen.
These guys are top notch. They will do whatever they possibly can to get you in a home that actually fits you and that you can actually afford. They're not going to push anything on you that you don't want.
Dude, that's
they're
so important.
They're great.
too.
They are, and they'll crawl into crawl spaces just to see if there's anything wrong with it. Seriously, this is what these guys do. These guys are fantastic. So if you're looking for a home, I definitely recommend giving them a call. And I'm not just saying that just because it's one of our sponsors. No, this is legit.
I was going to say this is the first-hand account of how they do business.
That's what I like about your first-hand account of this is that's always great in selling a sponsor is when you use them yourselves and they have proven to be everything we say they are.
They are top notch
by helping you and doing for you. So
top notch. Yep. Now, what's not top notch is some of these bowl games that we're going to talk about here in these
in the picks.
In the picks,
we gonna get to the picks.
I tried to find ones that either had something to do with the state of Michigan or look like okay matchups.
Alrighty then, we're gonna start off with. So you gonna hit that music? You didn't point what bowl games these are, so I don't know. I'm just gonna read off who's playing.
We go to ESPN here. We pull it up for you.
We're going to start off with UCF taking on Florida. Florida is laying 7 in what bowl game is this? I thought you had ESPN pulled up.
I was pulling it up.
That's what she said. I gotta try.
Is it
and
the
find these games.
TaxSlayer.com bowl?
Might be.
The Poland Weed Eater Bowl?
All right, what?
Poland.
What are the teams we're picking?
UCF in Florida.
I need the schedule. I don't need the standings.
Oh, Jesus.
UCF in Florida.
We got UCF. We got Florida. We have them playing in the Frisco Football Classic presented by Ryan.
What?
I don't know. I don't know who the fuck Ryan
Some of
is.
these fucking bowl games, man. Seriously.
Man, they ain't even on my
you know
list.
what? I think that's what we should have sworn.
Oh, wait. Sorry. No, that's the North Texas Miami game. This one's the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl.
The Gasparilla Bowl. Found it. I found it. It's the Gasparilla Bowl.
I think if we can possibly do it, we should find a way to sponsor a bowl game. 100%.
The Sports on Tap Bowl.
I love it. I think we should absolutely try to do that.
Yeah, I don't think that's in our budget.
I was going to say we might be able to get like the high school first playoff game or something.
Yeah.
Hey, we baby steps. we work our way up to sponsoring a bowl game.
I was going to say I actually have a connect at my old high school that I could
That'd be sweet.
send a message to see if
Can we sponsor one of the bowl games?
Dude,
Can we sponsor one of your football games?
I think that'd be great.
All right, the Gasparilla Bowl.
All right, the Gasparilla.
I'm going to take Florida minus the 7.
Give me UCF. There's some weird shit going on at Florida. So
UCF winning or covering.
covering 100%.
Okay. I'm taking Florida.
I'm taking Florida minus the 7.
All right.
Joe Southern again.
Yeah, apparently.
It's the Gasparilla Bowl. Got to be Southern.
Next up is Western Michigan versus Nevada. Western Michigan's laying 7 in what bowl?
The Quick Lane Bowl.
Oh, it's here in Detroit at Ford Field.
Quick Lane.
The old Motor City Bowl.
Got it. Fucking give me Western.
Yeah, give me the local team. Minus the 7.
Going WMU across the board.
Western Michigan.
It's funny because my computer refuses to allow me to type WMU. Every time I type WMU, it changes it to EMU.
Oh, Andrew said he takes WMU. Well, who'd you take in the previous one, Andrew? Come on, man. You're slow. Get in here, bud. Did you take UCF or Florida?
It's been a couple weeks. He's not done this in a while.
Next
Andrew,
up,
get your shit together.
next up, we got Houston taking on Auburn. Auburn is laying 2.5 in the
All right. What game now?
Houston.
Houston?
Auburn,
Okay.
yes. Auburn's laying 2.5 in what bowl?
The Birmingham Bowl. Well, that's boring.
Yeah.
The Birmingham Bowl.
I'm gonna go Houston. Auburn's quarterback just transferred to Oregon, so
well now.
I started laughing. My headphones fell off.
He put, I typed UCF. Well, I mean, you might have typed it, but it didn't come across in the feed, bro. I'm just saying. But UCF for Andrew.
okay.
I just got a picture, which means he probably did.
And then,
I do have proof. Yep, he did say UCF.
oh, it didn't come across.
No, it did not come across on our screen.
Huh.
Let me see if it came across. I don't even have Twitch up anymore.
All right, I'm going to go with Houston on this one. Chris, he sold me.
All right.
The starting quarterback is now quarterback on a different school.
Yes.
So, yeah, give me Houston.
Yeah, we'll go.
And they
Houston
ended the
too.
season well anyway. So
Yeah,
I kind
yeah.
of like them anyway.
Now moving on to the NFL, since we don't have to name any bowl games anymore.
The Niffle.
The Niffle. We'll start out with the San Francisco 49ers laying 3.5 versus the Tennessee Titans. Give me the Niners. Give me the Niners to win outright.
Okay.
Well, yeah, they're -3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are minus
Yeah.
3.5.
Yeah.
Give me the Titans. I'll take that 3.5 points.
Taking the Titans. I don't know. I didn't really love what I've seen on Tennessee the last few games I've watched. They just don't seem. I'm not trying to come up with a hot take here, but Vrabel's at the point where he seems like he's too much of a friend and not really their coach. And I'm not going to say they need to fire him, but I think a change in that department might not be a terrible idea for a team like Tennessee right now.
I completely disagree.
But that said, I'm going to take the Niners.
Andrew?
Andrew, you still haven't answered for the
He's
Houston
got
game.
the Niners,
Niners.
Oh, he's got the Niners?
and he's got Auburn.
Auburn.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Next up, we got the Browns taking on Green Bay.
Did he just give up on Twitch?
Yeah, he's just texted me directly.
Oh, okay. Cool, Andrew. Thanks. Just block me and Chris out on this. That's
Yeah,
fine.
right.
All right.
Browns, Packers. The Green Bay's laying 7.
Is Cleveland going to have anybody back this week?
God, I fucking hope so.
Like any of their 5 linemen, any of their 2 quarterbacks, any of their 2 running backs,
God only
any of
knows.
their wide receivers or tight ends or anybody.
This,
only knows
this
that-
one's easy for me. Green Bay, Cleveland coming off a short week. Yeah, this is easy for me. Green
Yeah.
Bay laying the 7.
Yeah.
I got 8 actually, but
I'm just reading
I was
what
going to
Frank
say
wrote down.
ESPN had them at 7.
8, 7. I'll take Green Bay regardless.
8, 7
that's
dozen.
how badly they think that Cleveland's going to lose. Is that the spread has already jumped up 1 point since we wrote those down. Yeah,
I'm double checking here.
you know what? I'm gonna go Green Bay. I just Cleveland has a lot going on right now with players being out. I don't know who's going to be back. I gotta go Green Bay.
Still got 7.
Look at that. Huh. I mean, it's like anything else. The line differs depending on where you look at sometimes. So
Yeah.
yeah, give me Green Bay minus the 7.
Frank, what say you?
Green Bay.
Andrew? Did you type in? No?
Nothing yet.
Yeah, he said Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Oh, you went back to that now.
He did.
Now we got to go looking for your fucking answers.
We just got to check every platform to see Andrew's answers. Now he's going to put the next one on Facebook.
They're going to be in the fucking Apple Podcast comments next.
Next up, we got the Colts taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona's laying 1. Give me the Colts. I think they run all over that Arizona defense, just like the Lions did.
If you just let Craig Reynolds do what he did, what the fuck are you going to do against the best running back in football right now?
Yeah, give me the Colts. Even if you do have Carson Wentz, I don't care. Give me the Colts.
Give me the Colts outright.
There you go.
Actually, I take that back. Give me Jonathan Taylor outright.
What he said.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead and put the Colts down for Andrew.
Andrew put the cards.
What?
He picked the
Did
cards.
he really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the up-down theory for him, I think. He's going with the up-down theory.
Yeah, okay.
They just lost to the Lions. They're going to bounce back.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
You just let a practice squad player torch you.
Yeah.
And you have the best running back in football. Hey.
Well,
Andrew, buddy, don't put money on that game.
is that it for the picks?
That's
All
it.
right.
That's it.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah.
I said the Lions won a game. Man, we going all the way. Baby. We about to celebrate. Why? Because the Lions won a game, bitch.
God, I love that.
I just love the ending of that song. Lions won a game, bitch.
Like that week that I wasn't here, you guys kept playing that. I was watching you in my basement just jamming out to that fucking song.
Lions won a game, bitch.
Now, mind you, the part I didn't tell you is the fact I'd been jamming out to that song all day long.
That's very sad.
That is sad.
Why? It's a
Frank-
very catchy tune.
Frank, I love you, man.
I love
but
you too.
that's very, very sad. It makes me sad for you.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's
All
not.
right.
You don't need to be sorry.
It was a great song. Not really, but
No.
in the spirit of
it's
Joe's.
I hear the Lions train pulling in.
Yeah, there it is.
I was trying to figure out if that was on there or if we were getting random
Are we getting random stuff again?
Super Bowl, bitch.
It's Lions train going right to the Super Bowl.
Jesus.
Directly to the Super Bowl.
Look at that. Before we even off the air, I sent you the pics.
Awesome.
Nicely done, buddy.
You don't even have to text me later and be
Nicely
like,
done.
hey,
Now-
you guys send the pics?
Now, if I can only be able to update the website,
Oh, is it still fucking up?
I was able to get something updated today.
Good.
So we'll see.
All right.
Yeah. But anything else, boys?
Nope.
Or are we ready to get out of here and go have a few?
Yep.
All right. So thank you for listening and or watching. You can find all of our podcasts at your favorite podcast provider. Please check out our social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. Check out our website, sotdet.com.
You can buy stuff from there.
You can. I've heard that several occasions. I don't know where,
Yeah.
but I've heard that you can buy things at sotdet.com. Click on shop.
I can't vouch for the rest of it, but I have a hoodie, and it is so comfortable.
Oh, it's great. The hoodies are great.
We have some nice stuff on there.
We do.
So check it out, sotdet.com. Click on shop and buy yourself some gifts.
It's
Buy
not
your-
too late to buy Christmas gifts.
Buy your friends some
It's not
gifts.
going to be here in time, but you can give it to somebody as a late
You
Christmas
get-
gift.
You can give them an IOU that you owe them an SOT shirt that you ordered.
That's
or,
true.
Or a mug.
We got mugs.
Oh yeah.
We got mugs. We got laptop cases. We got duffel bags.
Hats.
We got
We got bats.
Hats.
Oh, I thought you said
Hats.
bats. I was
Bats.
like, you've
For
got to be
bats.
the happiest person in the world if we have our own bat.
That'd be sweet.
I'll have to look into that for you.
We're about to start making bats.
We're just gonna get bets. There's a lot of stuff on there, so check it out. SOTDET.com. Click on shop and check out everything we have there with the Sports on Tap logo on it.
We're going to have Jason Stillner. We're going to have the Joe Wright Group. And we're going to have Louisville Slugger.
I'll take it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. So we appreciate everybody for listening and or watching. On behalf of Chris and Frank, I'm Joe. We are Sports on Tap Detroit. See you next Tuesday.
Have a good holiday.
And that is it for us today.
No! God, please, no!
Bye. Have a great time.
No! God!
Bye, guys.
No, 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 no.
Bye, buddy.
No!
Goodbye.
No!
Goodbye.
No!
It's never goodbye.
You know, we've been through our ups and been through our downs.
You were meant to be here tonight.
You guys will always be in my heart.
Great moments are born from great opportunity.
I think the most important part is that we all stay together throughout.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Live. Fight like hell. The best thing I have ever done, the best thing I will ever do, is be a dad.
God, I love you guys. Mamba out.